All right, good afternoon, everybody. Come on in. We'll get started here in just a moment. I am going to be showing you our Command website today. So come on in. I had to reboot and do a workaround because Google Chrome, actually zooming to Facebook is disabled right now. So we're doing a workaround. Come on in and we're going to talk about the KW website today. You guys want to check out my website, it's jteamglobal.kb.com. I'll put that link in there as well. So I'm going to teach you how to build this and customize it. What can your website do and how to leverage the power of this so that we can help our clients and be part of the real estate experience 2.0 in essence, right? Okay, so let me shrink this screen down. Okay, we're good there. I'll move this out of the way. And get the chat going in case people have questions. All right. Okay, I've got 2:02, so we're gonna go ahead and get started, and I can see our live stream. Thank you guys for watching on Facebook Live. Okay, so we are here in Command. So welcome to the training. My name is Jay Cermak. I am your trainer extraordinaire. And actually, I will have a little fun, and I'm going to change my background really quick. I've decided to use this one today. All right, so our goal today is to leverage the new KW website. And the power of this is what we've been building with Command, and everything is to what we call the experience of real estate 2.0, meaning the end-to-end consumer transaction through our mobile app and our website. So last week, we really talked about what can our KW app do, actually yesterday, about what our KW app can do on our phone to allow a consumer to find a home that they want, communicate with you, get updates along the way. They can actually get financing through Keller Mortgage. They can get insurance through Keller Covered. And we basically right now have a product that will let them find the home, finance a home, insure a home, and transact the home, all provided by you. The website is also a continuation of this. So the website I'm going to teach you today, here's my version of the website. So I'll put this link in the chat if you want to go check it out and get ideas from it. Is your ability to actually pull this up. Hold on, let me make sure I'm hearing. Okay, you guys can hear me okay? I got some people said they can't hear me. Okay, never mind. Brenda got fixed. I just want to make sure I wasn't talking to myself because I've done that.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Okay, so here is the link to my site. And the big goal of this website is one consumer experience. So notice our websites are all going to start off the same. They're going to have a simple search bar in the middle. And here's what we discovered. We studied the top websites in the world for real estate. And I'll give you a hint of what one of them is. You might have heard this word before. And I'm not going to say it out loud because it gives it meaning, but you guys understand that this is one of the top websites in the world right now, right? For consumers. Notice all it does on the home screen is a search bar in the center with a picture of a house. By the way, that's not even a house in my area. I don't even know where that is. That's just what the consumers get today. Our website takes a feel off of that, but you're going to notice the big difference on mine is the background images that I use. And I'll teach you how to build yours, but I want to focus on the fact that this website is meant to help them find the home that they want and then be able to go through the whole transaction with you. So today what I'm going to do is set up the website first, then I'll explore the website, and then I'll show you pages you can add. So if there's anything you like on my website, by the way, I built this really for my business, and you guys can come and R&D, rip off and duplicate anything you like. So if you see something you like, if you like my tagline, go for it. There's enough business for all of us, and I'm building this to help you guys as well as growing my business. So we're actually going to start within Command. So if you've never been in Command, the website is agent.kw.com. Now, yesterday we were teaching the KW app, but if you didn't set up your website, the KW app cannot be set up yet because the two products are the same thing. So the app allows people on a mobile app on their phone, and the website is the same login for the app and website, and the two work together. We've never had that before. So at Keller Williams, you had a website through either eEdge, which still exists, or a Playstore website back in the day, and you had a separate app, and the two never talked together. No wonder the consumer's confused. No wonder the agents aren't sure what to send the client. And in order for us to get to that, we had to build Command, which is what you're seeing right now. Think of Command like your smartphone. one device, as Jason Abrams calls your smartphone, the remote control of your life, right? The remote control for everything you want to use in your personal life. Well, Command is the goal to be one place for everything real estate related, meaning you're going to eventually have everything you need with your contacts and stuff here. And if you click the KW, our focus today is all around the consumer experience. And that's what they need more than ever right now, right? They need the ability to find the home, stay in touch with you, get the information that they need, but they want to do it from the convenience of a phone. And here's how we know that, because people are using mobile apps more than ever. The National Association of Realtors shared with us that last year, 70% of all homes purchased, somebody used a mobile app. You mean they're on a mobile device? Yes. So while we are teaching the website today, that's why it's so important to also have a mobile app version. So I'm going to come to consumer, and you guys who haven't set your website up can follow along. And if you're watching this later, you guys can always come back and do this. So we're going to come to consumer, and we're actually going to come to the agent site pages in the center. Now, this is where we can create the web pages for your website. Now, mine has a lot more pages than yours do. Yours is going to start off with 3 main pages. One about a company, which we're going to build today, one about you, which we're going to build, and a contact us form. Those are the 3 pages your website's going to have when we finish setting it up today. I will share with you some easy tricks to add more pages. So you'll see a bunch of the ones that I've already created, and I will show you how to do that at the end of the class. Now, first thing you're going to notice is if you haven't set it up, or if this whole screen is blank right now, don't panic. We're going to set this up together. So you want to click on the button on the right-hand side that says configure your site. And if you don't see it here in the upper right-hand corner, it's also in the lower left-hand corner. So you can click configure your site, and we're going to go through a wizard to set this up. Now, the only option we're teaching today is the first one, which is I want to use the new KW Agent Sites. If you have any of these other options, today we're not teaching that, and I would recommend, in order for you to use the app of today, you need the website set up, even if you don't use it as your main website. So everybody go with me on the first option. I want to use the new KW site, and click submit. This is going to take you to something called a Kelly Guide. The way I explain a Kelly Guide is kind of like a setup wizard. If you've ever done any kind of setup, they have a wizard to set you up with the steps. And we're going to go through, it's really only 3 steps, 1, 2, and 3. And number 4 is just a you're done, what else can you do? So we're going to go through this 3 steps to set up the website. Then I'll explore what the website can do, and then I'll teach you how to enhance it and make it even better. So we're going to start with getting started. Now, this is going to give you a compliance reminder. Now, I'm in Florida, so I know the laws in Florida, but I do not know the laws in your state or your city or municipal. So this warning is just telling you that you need to make sure that you're compliant with the law. If you need the office logo, which we are going to need today, you can click here to go get it. So if you don't have it yet, go download it to your computer. You can click here, and it's on KW Connect to get the logo of your market center. And it basically just means Keller Williams isn't responsible for verifying the accuracy of your website. So I'll show you there's a checks and balance that if your website isn't compliant, they may disable it temporarily to the KW site, and I'll teach you how to fix that in case that happens. So you're just going to acknowledge this, but I want you to be aware this is just a compliance reminder that you are legally compliant in your state. So acknowledge and continue will take me to step 1 of our Kelly Guide. So the first thing it says is something called a subdomain. Now this usually makes people go, what the heck is a subdomain, or what's even a domain? The simplest way to explain it is the domain name is kw.com, meaning you don't own this. Keller Williams owns the domain name kw.com. And you have a subdomain, which is you have a website as part of Keller Williams' website. Now I will teach you, you can buy your own web name, which I have done, and program that. So I can't show it right now, but I do have videos on YouTube that you guys can watch on how to take this link from here and then mask it with your own web domain. Like I own jteamglobal.com now. I changed it from jteamfl because with all of our new technology, I can help business to you guys. Sorry, it cut out. By referring business to you guys. So I want to be global because the technology lets me be global. And I'm using a tagline of local homes with global connections. Just something I came up with, or odds are I probably saw it somewhere and just remember to get it. So when it comes to the subdomain, my advice is make sure it's something that relates to you or your brand. So I changed my subdomain to be jteamglobal.kw.com. So yours might be your name. I could have had it just say jcermak.kw.com. You can have it jsalesflorida. It's really whatever you want, but just understand I'm not going to give this to the client because nobody's going to remember to click the .kw.com. They're only going to go to websites that end in pretty much .com as the your own domain name, and you'll be able to use a domain name to actually have it go to a certain site the way that you want to. So you'll see mine. If I typed in jteamglobal.com, now I purchased mine through Google Domains. So if you haven't heard of that, it's through Google. It's only $12 for the year to own your own web address. And then I have that web address point to the KW website. So for now, it's what we call forwarding. So see, it switched to this, but I put on my business cards, jteamglobal.com, and I put that on all my marketing. So you're going to want to buy one of those. And in the future, you're going to see an option to even what we call masking it, which is people will only see your link and it will all work. So we're still building that out. For now, just make sure this subdomain matches whatever your website is. So if your website, in my case, is jteamglobal.kw.com, put jteamglobal there. Well, clearly you can't. I've already done it. However, if it was jcermak.com, I could have spelled out my name and then had jcermak.kw.com. And the reason I did that is because they won't notice the difference. When they look at the web address, they're going to see it's still jteamglobal, even though technically they went to jteamglobal.com. It still looks like it's the same web address. Does that make sense? So just something to think about. It really doesn't matter what you pick here because the goal isn't to give this to clients. Because at the end of the day, this is only powering Keller Williams. You want to power yourself. So for now, don't worry about this. Just make sure the name makes sense and is related to your brand somehow. If it's your first time doing this, you will want to click confirm domain. I've already done this, so I don't have to click it a second time. But if it's your first time going through and you change what's there, make sure you click confirm. So step one is just the domain and picking what's this web address going to be. Below that is the marketing profile. So this one, if you've ever done your marketing profile in settings and command, that's where this came from. And just because people ask me, what if I want to change one thing later? Do I have to go through the whole Kelly guide? No. So I'm going to shrink this down really quick and I'll show you. By the way, here's a cool trick I learned. You can have multiple windows of command open. So I'm still doing the website here, and I'm also going back to command to show you something else. So I love that feature, and I use it a lot to go between different things inside of command. So I came to my name and settings, and under the connect settings is marketing profile. Whatever you put here matches this Kelly guide. So we're going to update it here inside the Kelly guide, but if you ever want to come back later and just change your picture or just change your name or web address or something in here, you can do that in settings as well, and it will update your app and your websites. So continuing through this, we're actually going to go through and see everything with a little red asterisk is required. So hopefully you know your name. It's already got my market center. I'm with 3 of them, but my license is in only 1 of those. So I know people ask me, what if I'm in multiple market centers? Currently, you only get 1 website and it doesn't let you pick multiple market centers. So just pick the main one for now. They are working on a future ability to have different websites or the ability to showcase that you're in multiple offices. So I've got it here. I've got the address filled in. Now, team or business name is not required, but I would put something here. So a team name, if you're a team, so I wrote the J team. However, if you're a business name, what is your business entity? So if I wasn't a team, I would be probably J Cermak Realtor, or I might say J Cermak Realtor with Keller Williams. That's my business name. So just put in your business name or team name if you want there. This, by the way, will update the menu item. So a lot of people ask me, Jay, when I'm in the menu of my website, how do I change the name right here? It actually pulls it from the team or business name. So if you want that to say the word menu or have it be something relatable, this is where you change it, by the way. What's your professional job title? Now you could put realtor. I love the term real estate consultant because that's what I feel like I do as I consult people about real estate. You can really put anything you want there. Realtor from the gods, real estate of the, top luxury agent. It's whatever your job title is you want to tell yourself. Then you've got the option for your email address, your office number. Notice it says excluding spaces. Now, technically, my office number is not really ringing because the offices are virtual right now. So I'm actually going to update this number to be my cell phone, only because in the state of Florida, we don't require the office number to be on our website. However, if in your state it does, put your office phone number there for the main office. If you put your phone number there, notice no dashes or periods, just type the number in, it will automatically format it. A small biography, the way I look at this is you're going to have an about me page that can be really long. This biography should really be like an elevator pitch. What's a little bit about you that somebody can know? So just make it short, a few sentences. If you need to put your license number, here's where you can. It's not required in Florida, so I didn't do it. Compliance and legal footer. There's already one, so I'm going to show you what's there first. And if you still need it in your state, this is a box to put in a legal footer. So currently on our websites today, at the bottom, we already have built in, and I'll raise this window up a little bit so you can see this better, is we already have built in this at the bottom, which is Keller Williams is a franchise company, equal opportunity, and fair housing. So it has the simple legal description there. It also brought in the DMCA. It also brought in fair housing and accessibility. So our website automatically has all these different links to explain things on your website. In the state of Florida, this is more than enough. But if you're watching in another state and you need something else, then you can use this box to put in another legal footer if you need to. That's one option.
Hey, Jay,
Yeah.
quick question. I had started this on my own like last week, and I want to follow along to fill in any gaps. How do I go back to this existing page that I already started instead of starting? I don't want to do this all over again. Do you know how to go back to it?
Yeah, this one you have to go through the whole guide to get to it. If you want to be where I am right now, you have to go through the whole guide to get back to where we are right now.
Oh, but any information I put in there will be in there still.
Correct. It shouldn't erase anything. Correct.
Oh, got it.
If you want to follow along, it should be okay. Yeah.
Okay, great.
You got it. Okay, so we're just filling in anything that you need here. If you need help with that, just verify with your broker if there's anything legally required in your state, or go to the office webpage. Typically, if your office has a legal footer they need, you can go copy it from there. If you have to have the brokerage or license number, you can put that here. Notice it's not required because in Florida, I don't have to have it. If you have the office number, this also isn't required anymore. I'm actually going to take that out since it doesn't require it. But you can put that down there at the bottom if you need to. And because some states are really strict, like California and New York, it also gives the ability to add links at the bottom of that web page for a web page to go to about a legal footer, and even a little like image for a legal footer. So if there's anything extra legal-wise you need on your website, this is here to help you. Now in Florida, for my agents here in Fort Lauderdale, Coral Springs, and Aventura that I'm teaching for as well, we don't have to put anything down here. Richard Bass, our broker, has told us that this at the bottom is more than enough for what the state requires. So you don't have to put anything there. This is only if you're in a state that needs it. Continuing on, I've got imagery. So this is going to be your picture. So what's your picture? My recommendation is have a square version of your picture because it's going to give it a circle effect. But if it's not a square and you use something else, it sometimes will cut off your head or cut off your neck. So a square version of your photo is what you'll always want because a lot of systems will require that. Like Facebook does circles too. It wants a square picture and it's going to put a circle around your face. So circle's what you want. If you have your Market Center Brokerage logo, this is where it can go. Now in this wizard, it's going to force it into this square. A workaround in case you want to make it bigger, like mine's technically bigger than a square, is if you, once you're done with this wizard, come back to the connect settings and you can upload one and it ignores the square requirement. So some agents have asked me, how did you get your logo to be more stretched out or more linear? It was because I used the marketing profile because it ignores the square requirement. But the wizard still says I need it to be a square, just to warn you. So don't worry if it doesn't fit, just make it fit as a square today, and then we'll go to settings afterwards to make it bigger. And then the team logo. Now I had it as a longer banner, but I wanted my new J-Team Global to look like the world. So I decided to make a circle version, which matches my Facebook background right now. And I did this because the more I started looking at the website from a mobile standpoint, I found my text was tiny and different things. So for now, for me, this is just a version of the logo that I created that would match my brand. If you want it like that, you can make it a square. But if you want it to be bigger, you have the option in settings under marketing profile to make it a larger, more of a rectangle shape for your logo. And if you're not a team, by the way, you can still put a graphic here. Just don't put your picture. Somebody did that recently. Here's why you don't put your picture. It's going to put your picture and a mini picture right below it. So don't use your picture as the header image. It will not be the right thing. But if you have a monogram of your name or a picture of a house with your initials in it, it's really a graphic to put in the upper left-hand corner if you want. Now, this is an example. Everybody asks me, Jay, why are the Royals on my website? It's not. It's an example that if you put a logo here, it's going to go to the right of the office logo. If you have any social media links, you can put those in. I need to go get my Twitter because I have that now. But for Facebook, I have my business page. I put the whole link here. Notice it's got the HTTPS. If you're missing this part, you will get an error message. So my advice is go to Facebook and copy the link because that will include all the characters you need for a website. If you have Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, you can put the links in here as well, and they will be clickable inside of your website. The most important one will be the app. Now, I'm noticing my app is grayed out right now. Now, I already have it in here. If yours is missing for any reason, there will be an option to go back to the marketing profile. See how I keep coming back to this? And at the bottom of the marketing profile, here's where you can put that link. So if yours is blank, follow one of our other videos and you're going to want to come and put it in there. And then this link will work for my app. So that is all of step one. Step one was, what's my subdomain? And then what's my marketing profile so that all of my website has my branding and everything legally I need to be on there, my pictures and my logos. So step one, we're done. We're going to click continue. Step two of this is going to allow us, come on. Okay, so step two gives you a false sense of themes. This red theme and dark theme does nothing. I'll just warn you now. It used to change the KW right here from red to black KW, but we now use your marketing logo of your market center. So this ignores the coloring. So don't worry, if you pick red or dark theme, nothing changes. So for now, you can ignore those. But what does change is the homepage text. So I changed it to say, find your dream home is what you guys have. And I just changed the word anywhere. Find your dream home anywhere because this website works all across the US, parts of Canada, and eventually it's going to be global. So one website can access all the MLS data pretty soon all around the world. So I want to make sure I'm showcasing that. But you really can put anything you want here. It just goes above the search bar. So if you want to put find your dream home with Jay, if you want to say love where you live, I mean, it's really whatever you want to put above the search bar. If you want an example, here is all Zillow put above theirs. Reimagine home. We'll help you find a place you'll love. That's what they have above their search bar. If you like it, copy and paste it. Sorry, I keep hitting some button there. All right. So that's the homepage text. And then to me, the most important customization you can do to your website is what we call a hero image. That's the big picture behind the search bar. Now, you guys are all going to start with the default 5 images. And for me in Florida, those 5 images did not work for me. They were San Francisco. They were here now. I'm realizing now that I'm saying global, I can do it anywhere. But I think this is where you really customize your website the most. So here are mine so you can see an idea. Is I actually purchased these. So with real estate photos, I'm going to warn you right now, please don't steal any pictures of houses from the internet. Because as real estate agents, photographers are suing realtors and it's costing them anywhere from $20,000 or more in fines. Please, please, please take your own images or buy the right to use an image. Because if you steal it from the internet, you will be in trouble. Just for house pictures, that's what I'm prefacing. So what I did is I purchased this image from Shutterstock, 2 of these. So I decided to do this image and a couple of these others. So I purchased the right to use this image of my South Florida area. I've also using one of Arizona because I wanted to show East Coast and West Coast, just a preference. And then I'm going to show you, you have built in what's called collages. So I'm going to open up Command again, and I'm actually going to come to designs just to show you, you guys have, let's see if I can find it, some what we call hero images to make in designs. These are yours to customize the way it looks, and they are made to fit your website perfectly. The way to think of it is this is one of the collages they gave me, and I can change the pictures out. So if I wanted to have a picture of my beach that I love and I took this physical photo myself, I can move this picture here. I can also keep the picture of the bathroom in the center and then put a beach photo on the opposite side. So it's your ability to change this collage or use something that you want. And this image you can then save to your computer and put it as your background. So in my backgrounds, there's one of my collages. What I love about this is every website we studied in Keller Williams outside of our market showed this same thing, an outside of a house and a search bar. They all do the same thing. You know what we found in our research? People who saw interior homes and lifestyle shots were more engaged. So surprisingly, I love these collages because they showcase people and homes and styles, and it's one of my favorite images to use. So you can upload your own here. You get up to 5 to upload. So here's the one we're previewing now. Here's the desert. Here's the ocean. Here's another one where I preview our KW app. You have the ability to showcase these, and I love the lifestyle, the interior of a home, and the outside of a home. So you guys can make those in designs yourself, save it to your computer, and then in the Kelly Guide, you have the ability to upload an image up to 5. So I think this is one of the powerful ways to customize your website to look differently than anybody else's. So I would showcase your homes, the neighborhoods that you support, the lifestyle that you're selling of wherever you are, and that's how you're going to customize your website the most. So style number 2 is literally the text above the search bar and the images you want to use. So we'll save and continue, and we're on to step 3. Now, step 3 isn't hard, but it takes a little bit more thinking. So step 3 is content. We're going to create 3 web pages. The first page is the one that takes the most amount of time. So if I come here to the right under navigation, the first page is what we call a company profile. It's meant to be a About Us page, which would be either about your market center, about Keller Williams, or you can be about your business or your team. So it's really an About Us page. Then we're going to create an About Me page, which would be about you individually. And then we're going to create a Contact Us page if you have any questions. So 3 web pages, easy to do here. Now notice mine's blank right now. So first thing under navigation is called search engine optimization. A lot of people ask me about that. It's what we coin SEO. You might have heard that before and don't know what it is. The best way to explain SEO is to go to Google. And here's why. They're the king of it. So if I go to Google and type in Fort Lauderdale real estate, if I can spell it right, Fort Lauderdale real estate. While I'm here, SEO is this. Here is the header in blue. So in our case, it's asking you for a page title. What's the name of the page? That's going to be the link in blue on Google. Then it has some gray description below it and any of the keywords that it highlights. That's what we call the description. So in our case, what we want to do is if it's about the company, I might say about Keller Williams Realty, right? If I was going to talk about that, or if it's my market center, we are the realty professionals. And I can make this whole page just about my market center. However, I can also make it about my team. So I did this, and you'll see my version of the J team with Keller Williams Realty Professionals. That would be another example you can do. Yeah, Linda?
I might be jumping the gun a little bit here. Are you gonna go through some formatting tips? Because I got as far as this when I was trying to set mine up, and I had something pre-written in Word with, I guess with some like check boxes or bullet points and things, and none of that flowed in formatting wise. So I'm wondering if there's tips and tricks with that, or if that's a different session.
It'll be a different session, but here's what I learned. So we're going to get to the content here in a second. It ignores any of your formatting. It
Yeah, I
just
found
puts
that
together
out.
one paragraph. However, if you Google, like I know Marty Miller does videos like I do, he has a couple on HTML. If you know how to code the HTML, which is the coding language, you can
So that
say,
was what I was going to ask because I do know a little bit and that didn't work for me either.
okay,
And so I
okay,
thought maybe it wasn't HTML. I wasn't
no,
sure.
but what I'll do, Linda, then is I'll look it up and I'll get back to you on what I can find.
Okay, that
See if
sounds great. Thank you.
you got it. Okay, so we're still on the search engine optimization. Just what's the page title? So it's either your name if it's about you. There's already about you page, sorry. It's either the company name if you want to talk about all of Keller Williams, or if you want to talk about your office, it'd be your brand name for Keller Williams. I've already done this, and for some reason my page doesn't show when I do this wizard, so I'm going to show you what I already did. I made one about the J team. So my aha was they give you this layout to start. A downtown background, which is nice, but in South Florida, there's no palm trees, so it's not my area. I don't know what city it is.
If you click it,
You can just change this background to anything you want. So if there's a background you like, you can change it there. So one of the things I have done is I change it to the beach scene. And if I shrink this down, you'll see it a little bit better. So there is the background of the ocean, because that's where I live and what I'm showcasing when I sell. It's really just any image you want to use that represents your brand. What's neat about this image that's going to put here is the fact that it could be anything. It could be you outside of a home, you in a neighborhood, you outside of your office. There's no restrictions on what image you use. Just make sure you own it or took it yourself. So page title is going to be the J team in my case. That's what I did here. The J team with Keller Williams Realty Professionals is what I'm calling this as an About Us page. Then the description for SEO, leave this part alone for the slug. Don't change it. You'll mess things up. Leave that alone. And then SEO description might be learn more about the J team with Keller Williams Realty Professionals in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, or something like that. Now, what I'm doing is programming this to basically be what Google would have, right? So in this case, they're saying things like search there or find Fort Lauderdale homes or do one of these things. And your opportunity is to put in here a little description for the internet. If you don't do this, by the way, Google will make a description itself, but this is your ability to control it. Now, one of the tips I've learned from the SEO queen in our area is Lori Ballin out of Las Vegas. If you've never heard of her or seen her, she is great at understanding Google SEO at a high level. So some of the tips she gave me was, what if you put your phone number first? And here was why. Because if it says learn more about the J team with Keller Williams and I put my phone number here and they were to search it on Google, guess what would show up right at the beginning? It would be my phone number right there at the beginning. So it's just one of the tips she gave me. I'm not saying that that's perfect or the only way to do it, but I kind of like that one. So this is the standard. You're going to see me use this same description over and over again. And all I'm going to change is this part where it's either learn more about Jay. It might be about Jay Cermak with the J team. Like I'm always going to leave this part and use that part over and over again because that's what I want to show up on Google, if that makes any sense. If you aren't ready for that or that seems above your head, just leave it blank for now. It'll be okay.
Hey,
it will still work.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jay, quick question. Can I put learn more about Arturo Irizarry, Keller Williams City Life Realty, put my name in front of it?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
That's okay. It's basically whatever you want Google to identify for you. It's really the best way to explain it.
Okay.
Okay, so that's search engine optimization. So the third little arrow is for content. So now we're going to get to what Linda was asking about, which is some of the formatting. I can't change the formatting, but I'll show you how we start programming some of the web page. So this web page is a simple header, intro paragraph, and then two sections, one with a picture and another picture in section 2 and a footer. Now, a lot of you are like, what the heck do I put here? And that's why this has been overwhelming for some. So here's what I did. And if you like it, copy and paste. So I started with focusing on my team specifically and put a background of the beach. And then this is one of our belief systems. And I wrote this based on what the National Association of Realtors tells us that the consumer cares about, which is communication and making sure that I actually take them through the process. Because the number one complaint of the clients in the world of real estate is they never heard from their agent again. or lack of communication, right? We hear it over and over again. So I made a simple little intro paragraph that says, our philosophy is simple. Clients come first. We pledge to be in constant communication with our clients, keeping them fully informed throughout the entire buying or selling process. We believe in providing an amazing experience. So the war you're in right now isn't about technology, it's the consumer experience. So I made this paragraph to say that if you like it, copy it. If you want someone else's, go find something else. And then I'm just going to paste it right here into the intro paragraph. Notice though, it gives it all one big paragraph. So Linda will find out if there's a way to make it fancier and add bullet points. But for now, it's just going to be a paragraph until we can figure out the formatting part of it. So that's one of those sections. The next one I did is I decided to focus on the real estate itself. So what do I serve? Like, what's my specialty in essence? So I took this first section to be, maybe I want to say about South Florida real estate. And then I have a little paragraph. So on my website, I wrote South Florida real estate, or you can say your service area. It's really a headline of whatever you want. And then I tried doing what was suggested, which is I actually had like colons and dashes and periods in here, and it ignored everything I typed. So you'll see dashes in here that were supposed to be like individual line items. It doesn't care for now. So it actually just puts it as one giant paragraph, but I'm okay with that. It's just, here's what I specialize in, which is real estate in South Florida, residential homes, waterfront condos, and oceanfront condos and homes. And then I put a couple of the cities. It's just an idea. If you like that, great. If you want to put awards there, if you want to put, we're going to show the belief system in a second, but if you want to put the mission statement, it's really a box to put a header, a paragraph, and then put your own image on it. So then you'll notice my second section, I love our belief system, and I do believe in this one. So this is the one image I did steal from the internet, but I'm pretty sure Keller Williams isn't going to sue me for using it. So this is the one thing I did steal from the internet is I Googled Y4C2Ts KW and found this square image, and I did put that into the square box down here. The rest of it I copied from KW's website. So our beliefs, and I can say Keller Williams beliefs or the J team. I just like the simplicity of our beliefs. And then I really do believe in these things. So I just copy the entire Y4C2Ts and it put it as one giant paragraph here. And I'm okay with that. And then what I did is I let the image do the talking. So you can actually come to my website and copy and save this image. I'll save it as Y4C2Ts. Saving it to my computer, and then when I came here, I just uploaded that image. So I can drag and drop the picture here. It does let you crop into a square. So just like that, I now have on my page what area I serve, and this one's okay because this does look like some of our homes in Florida, and then our belief system. So this is now forming into who are we? So the J team with Keller Williams Realty Professionals. I didn't change my image, but that's okay. Our intro paragraph, section 1, which is our real estate area we serve and what type of homes. A section 2, which is about our beliefs. Then we get to the last one, which is the footer title. That's going to be in blue no matter what you do. So here's what I did. I said, putting you first always. It's a simple tagline. I really do believe it's all about the consumer and putting the customer first. So I just put it that way. Put your own tagline down there. And then I honestly ran out of ideas of what to put at the bottom for a paragraph. So I went to KW's website and realized, why not just tell them that we are the largest real estate franchise by agent count, have more than 1,000 offices. So I copied this from KW.com and I added the last little part. So this part came from KW.com because if you're not in Broward, you won't want to copy my second part. So that's the first part that came from KellerWilliams.com. Then the next part is we actually studied it in all of South Florida. So in our area, we are the #1 brokerage in all of South Florida, from Martin County and Palm Beach to Broward to Miami-Dade. We're the #1 brokerage who sold more homes than anybody. So to me, that's something I definitely want to showcase on here. So if you are with South Florida, you guys can put that as well in that paragraph and copy and paste that from me. If you're not, just copy the first part. This came from KW, and you can copy it from my website and put it on your website. And that's actually the first big page. This is the hardest one. The next two are easier. Just because it's not hard, you just have to think about, what do I want this page to look like? And don't worry if you don't like this page or you don't want this page. I'll show you an ability to get rid of it if you don't want it. But I actually like it as About Us. So that's the About Us page. So we click Continue. The second page is the About Me page. This is where it's about Jay, or about you in this case. So under navigation, we're under the About Me page. When we come to search engine optimization, this time it would say not about me, it would say about Jay with, or I say my whole name, I guess, with about Jay Cermak with the J team at Keller Williams Realty Professionals. Now I'm not naming this as the full thing. I want this to be the Google description they see, right? I want them to always, when they search my name, my team name and my company name should show up. I'm leaving this part alone. Don't touch it for this slug is what they call it. And then the description is going to be what we typed in before. So unfortunately, I clicked out of it, so I'll have to type it again. So I'll put my number first, 720188. And I'll say, learn more about Jay Cermak, Realtor with the J team at Keller Williams Realty Professionals in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. If I can spell and type really fast, right? Realty in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And I might even add something after, because you'll see it doesn't give you many characters on Google. I might even just say serving your South Florida real estate need. Oh, I ran out of characters. Okay, that's all I can type. So I'm basically just saying learn more. This time it's about me. Notice the rest of this is going to be the same every time. Just because I want them to see my phone number if they ever Google me, and I always want them to know my team name and my business name. Next is the content. So this page is not very difficult. It's going to have an About Me page. So I might say About Jay, and I might just type in my whole name, Jay Cermak. Then it's got your title, Real Estate Consultant with the J team. It says at, I can change it to with. Or CEO, Realtor of the J team, whatever you want to put there. Or if it's just you can say Realtor, Real Estate Consultant. It's your job title. The biography title might say just About Jay. Now, I need to fix this because it's about my team instead of just about me. So I have to come back and do this. But this time you can put a longer paragraph if you want to. So this is the appropriate page to put your autobiography if you want to put something longer. What do I know about you? What's your experience? What can we find out about you, right? This is where they get to learn about you if they want to. The last two sections are contact. You can say Jay. I actually want them to call the team and not me personally. So I'll say contact the J team. And that is the J team's phone number and the email address for my team. Notice no dashes or dots here, but it automatically did it on the web page. So this one is the About You page. And the next one's even easier. So step 3 is what's called a Contact Us page, which I'm going to change the page title to Contact the J team with Keller Williams Realty Professionals. My description, you guessed it, it's going to be my phone number, 954-372-0188. And I'll say contact the J team at Keller Williams, with Professionals in Fort Lauderdale. And I'll actually type out this time for all of your South Florida real estate needs. Then we get to the content. This one's very simple. Page title, I'm going to say contact the J team, or you would say contact Jay or contact Jay Cermak. What's your intro paragraph? I actually like my little bio here, so I'm going to put that here and just copy and paste that into this section too. Now, it does cut off. It's limited in number of characters, so I'm going to keep it simple, right? Our philosophy is simple. Clients come first. We pledge to be here, and I'm just using it again if you like it. You're really just going to put whatever you want until it runs out of characters. I think it's about 200 characters. Now, message hint, you can change this. This is going to say, the form is going to say what's your name, email address, and phone number. And then it's going to have a suggestion of what are you going to contact me for. So I use this a lot in different pages. So in this case, are you looking to buy or sell? What is your time frame? What are you in your search, or where are you in your search? And what is your budget? You can change these questions if you want to ask something else. It's really just a hint of what they should be answering for you. I change it. You can change it if you ever want to change it there. my phone number, and then the team email address. Save and continue, and guess what? You just set up your website. So if you ever need to go back, you can go back through the wizard. I will show you where you can modify some of the website without having to go through the whole wizard. But if you're following along with this video, now here's the warning. Your site will automatically launch on October 1st. You guys, it's live now. It's not waiting until October 1st, 2020. It's already live. That's an old message from last year. We just haven't taken it out yet. So don't worry, your website is live. If you're done with this wizard, you just click the X. And when you come to consumer, under site pages, you're gonna see a link to your web address right here. See your website, and your website will be live. So if I go to my website, here is my website. It is live. And now I can actually do things like search. Remember how I told you don't use your picture in this box right here? Here's why. If I scroll down and zoom in on this, this puts a picture of your logo. So notice if I put my picture and my picture, it'd be like my face with my face on it. So just as a tip, don't use your picture up at the top. Use a brand or a logo or a monogram or some image up below.
Hey Jay, can you go back to, yes. So where it says see your configured agent site here, and then to the right it says configure your site.
That just takes you back to the wizard.
Right, okay, so if you were to go in and see your site and then you're like, oh, there's something in there, I don't like the way it looks, you just navigate back to here and you hit configure your site and then you go back in and change? And can you just change anything, or do you have to go through the whole process all over again?
Well, this one will make you go through the whole process, but what you're asking about is under site and app settings. What if I want to change just a couple pieces?
Right,
So
thank you.
a good example under site and app settings is just that hero text and then the images. If you want to change the images now, you don't have to go through the wizard anymore. So some of it you will and some of it you don't. So in this case, if you come to site and app settings under general, you can change those hero images to something else. So these are the 5 I've got. So this is one place to go later if you have a picture you want to use differently, or you go take a great picture, you can change that. It's also got a setting under site pages. So there's not a lot of editing in here. The general, the link is under URL. So if you ever had to change your subdomain, and remember I told you there's a coming soon custom domain feature. It's locked right now, but eventually you're going to be able to use this, which means nobody will ever see jteamglobal.kw.com. I'll be able to mask it and only show jteamglobal.kw.com, sorry.
And how did you navigate to the site and app settings?
Yeah, site and app settings, it's under consumer.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, and site and app settings.
Okay, I've been trying to get an answer for a while. And following along with where Linda kind of went, is I have pages already created, but I want to modify them. I have like 7 pages.
Okay.
So, and I've been on command because they told me I can't do it through, where the website is here. So they told me to go to designs.
Correct.
So I go to designs and those pages, and I look under agent sites and the pages aren't there.
Is it possible you created landing pages? Because the landing page does not show up on your website.
No, because if I go back to that command page where you just were, there's nothing listed under landing pages. They're all under agent sites.
Okay, so there are pages here.
Right.
Gotcha. And you went to designs and we weren't there to edit?
They weren't. But yet they're live on the website.
Yeah, because I'll show you, here's mine. Here are all the websites. Here's the 3 we created today. There's March 31st. Here's all my old pages. They're all here under agent site. And when you go there, it's blank for you?
Yeah, I see the, like you're seeing here now. If you click on one of those, are you going to see when you finish? What I see is the widget.
Correct. That's correct. That's what's going to do it.
No, but I see the widget not filled out. Like I'm creating it for the first time.
I understand, but just follow me along. So click on it. And then notice it says configure widget in the lower right-hand corner. To edit, you have to configure the widget again to make edits. So ignore the preview. You always, if you're making any changes, because the changes are in the widget itself. So in this case, this is my testimonial page. If I want to make a change here, like instead of from our clients, maybe I want to say client testimonials. I have to click configure widgets to get back to the editor of this to make any changes that I need to. So it's a slightly different process. It's not like a normal edit and you go into the whole thing. You edit and re-edit the widget over and over again.
Right, but when I'm going on to the site, I get the same blue pages. When I click on it, there is nothing there that I created. It just shows me a blank widget like I would have gotten under websites to create a new one.
Correct. I understand that. And then when you hit configure widget, does it show the data you created?
I'll try, I'll let you know.
But that's what I say. So the process itself is the preview isn't always true. So what I have learned is sometimes this preview might be wrong or might be incorrect or show you old data. A lot of times people tell me the preview shows Austin, Texas when they're in another state. Because the preview is just a preview here. It's not what's going to go live. When I go to configure the testimonial widget and I click configure widgets, this is the data the public sees, whatever's here. And when I hit save and apply, it should update that preview. So hopefully that answers that, Charlene, and we'll make sure it gets working after if we still have issues with it. But the goal is to edit pages now for those that are following along. They moved it. So in my consumer site pages here, there's no edit button. So a lot of agents go, can I edit the worldwide page I made? And there's no edit button here, so they kind of get nervous. Well, we moved it to be under designs. So let's say that's a page I created called, let's go agent site pages. I created one for Keller Williams Worldwide because remember my goal is referrals all around the world. This is a web page I created. So I made this page. So I can come here and if I want to make a change to any of this or change the wording, I might have to hit configure widgets if it was a widget. And then it will allow me to make a change. And when I'm done, I can save the changes and publish it to the world with the new changes in it. So it's just a different way of doing those. One of the things I'll do, Charlene, make sure that that works, is I'll make a video on just how to edit your page after. So it'll be a short 2-minute video on how to go back and re-edit any web pages that you want.
I was going to follow on with what she said too, and just say, is there sort of like a cheat sheet that says either list the kinds of things you can go in and edit later? Because you were saying, you know, some of these things you can go back through consumer agent site pages, site and app setting, and then some things you can't. You have to go to configure your site and start all over again. Like,
I don't know if there's an exact
something that tells us.
I don't know if there's an exact cheat sheet, but what you can do is I love the question mark because it has built in all the step-by-step articles from Keller Williams University. So let's say I'm talking about add a page. Right, I want to create a page. Let's see if it's in there. Oh, that's not one. Let's do website. So if I search website here, that's for eEdge. No. All right, that's not going to work. So I have to type in the word. The trick is finding the right word to use. Here we go. Agent sites FAQs. So they have a whole thing here on, do I have the ability to add a testimonial page? Yes. Well, I do that. So I don't know if there's a full cheat sheet on it.
Well, agent even be able to know that to do agent sites FAQ is helpful. Thank you.
Correct. So I would say leverage the question mark for some of these, and then I'll get you guys more content there. So let me show you some of what the website can do really quick, and I'll end it with resources on what you guys can do to add more pages as well. And then I'll make that video for you, Charlene, on what can we do once we've made a page to go back and make changes to it. And I'll do a brand new one so it'll all be fresh. So one of the things about our website is it's actually matching the KW app. So the biggest thing that's different on our website right now is the neighborhood searchability. Now it doesn't work 100% everywhere because we get the neighborhoods from Nextdoor. So if you go to Nextdoor and can't find your neighborhood, you won't find your neighborhood in our website. But all we get from Nextdoor is the map and the name of the neighborhood. That's it. The rest of the data comes from our own IDX feed or internet search feed. So if I were looking at my neighborhood, which is Imperial Point here in Florida, I can see neighborhood searches. This is one big difference that Zillow does not have. I can do Imperial Point search. I did it yesterday on the app, and it's counting half of these other neighborhoods as part of this. This is one big differentiator between your website and someone else's. The other big thing I noticed that's different with ours is if I go to a listing, we have built into every home on my website today is the products of Keller Mortgage and Keller Covered. So I have the ability to save clients money. Now, I still have a relationship with my in-house lender, Supreme Lending, and they're fantastic. They're great. yet I also have this as a choice. So on this website, they have the ability to say, hey, you could save $5,700 if you buy this home with us. Click here to save thousands. So built in automatically is the ability to save money, and it works in 49 states, by the way, everywhere but New York. New York is a little different. It's coming soon to New York at some point, but for now it works in every state. So my clients looking in Chicago, even though I'm in Florida, could save money on their home in Chicago. The other thing we have is called Keller Covered, which is shopping for home insurance. This does work in every state. Some states have more carriers than others, and it's like a shop price comparison tool. Shop to different home insurance companies, and what they usually tell us is it could save you 30%. This is what separates your website from even Zillow. Zillow has a mortgage company, but doesn't save you money yet. And Zillow does not have an insurance place to shop for home insurance. So right now you have two things on your website in a day and an age where I can't physically go meet a mortgage person anymore. Keller Mortgage is virtual. That's fine. We are operating at a high level and can save you money. And Keller Covered will shop around for home insurance. And these are the future tools that work today. And it's already built into your website, at least for the US. I know people will be on this call from Canada, and they'll tell me that in their state, or their country, I should say, they don't have Keller Mortgage yet. So I know you're going to ask me, no, I can't get this removed for you yet in Canada, but they are aware of it and working on it. But I do know in the US, it does work in every state but New York, and this works in every state. These are just two differences of what makes our website great. But the most unique one is this, their ability to sign up for a website. Now, this sign up is the same as the mobile app. So yesterday we taught you the KW app. It's the same login for both devices, meaning whatever I do on this website, I'll see on the app. And whatever I do on the app, I'll see on this website. That is the big difference between this new site than anything we've ever had before. So I just want to show you, if I log in as the consumer, so I already have an account, I've been testing this out as myself to see what does this app do, what does the website do. So I'm logging in now as the consumer and watch the app website change. The website now is branded to me. By the way, this is a listing I'm looking at, and you know what now it has that didn't have before? Commute times, because I as the consumer told it, here are the 3 offices I work in, what's my location for biking, driving, and walking for every listing I look at. So that's a great feature for them if they sign up for an account. The other part is the built-in buyers and sellers guide. We didn't see this before. So now I have a buying guide to go through the buying process and a selling guide. Tomorrow, I'm going to teach you guys in an hour how to customize this guide and add the extra things like I did, like how to do professional photography, social media strategy. I'm going to enhance it tomorrow to include things like virtual showings, virtual Zoom meetings, so that we can meet the client virtually and update my real estate technology to reflect the market of the moment. And then it's got the ability for me to see all the saved properties that I've done. So these are some of my searches I as a consumer have created, and whatever I do on this website shows up in my mobile app. You kind of get how this creates that one-to-one relationship for the consumer and makes them go together in one place. So that's one of the biggest things that's different about this website. Some things you guys will learn to add in one of my more advanced classes. I will do another class next month on adding more pages, but I do have videos on these. Like one of the pages you should add is a landing page for how to download my app. This was a simple page I added that literally just says, click here to download my KW app. And they can click on this link and it goes to my link page to download my app. The good news is if I'm on a phone and I pull this up on my mobile phone and go to your website, it's going to suggest that I download your branded app automatically. So just know that that's already built for you. And that's some of the features here with the website that are unique and different. And now that I have this website set up, I'll be able to come back later and create new web pages, do more settings. If I come to site and app settings, the one thing I didn't show yet is site pages. So I just accidentally created 3 new pages I didn't need, by the way, because I already have these pages. So somehow something changed over the years. And when I created this now, I already have a About Us, Contact Me page. So I want to get rid of these other 2. Like I don't need a second, the J-Team page. So I can actually come here now in site and app settings and site pages. And if I click the 3 dots to the right, I can now delete a page if I don't want it. So if you didn't want the About Us page because it's got a lot of data and you aren't ready for it, just delete it from your website. You don't have to have it there. So I've already gotten rid of that page. And then I've also got one about me. I don't need a second about Jay page. I already have one. So I can actually come here now, refresh this, and I can remove that page from the list. I don't need a second about Jay page, delete page, and I can delete this one as well. You also have the ability to rearrange it. Notice the 6 dots to the left. You can actually click on one of these and rearrange the order of them. So if I want to make the About Jay page lower, or I want to move up like Save Money with Keller Mortgage, or rearrange that the blog comes first, I literally can rearrange the order of any of my pages into a way that makes sense for me. And then if I save the changes, my website will reflect those changes. So if I come back to my website and I click on the menu, here are all those menu items rearranged in the order that I want. And I can actually go see these. So if you want to explore what this web page can do, here's a couple of the pages I created. I created one for KW Worldwide because I wanted to showcase that I am a global company. That's why I renamed myself J-Team Global, that I can showcase homes and I can help you find an agent in all of these great countries because we're all connected with Keller Williams. I also created a page about me and the team. You saw that. A real estate blog. This is an ability to add a blog. I didn't write this, by the way. It came from Homekeeper, which you all have access to. And for free, Homekeeper writes a blog for me every couple of days, and it automatically shows up on my website. So that one's really easy to do. I have videos on YouTube. So to help you guys master your websites even more, I'll show you. I have an entire YouTube channel called Jay Cermak Trainer Extraordinaire, self-proclaimed. And in here, you'll see one of my playlists is specifically for the websites. So I have an entire playlist on the website and how to leverage it if you come to playlist. And you will find the ones here specifically on getting your website up to date. How do I create more pages? What are some more things that I can add? I've got ones for the app and everything else. So this content's here because this 1 hour format, it's a lot of information in an hour. These videos are 5-10 minutes to help you learn one piece of it. So that way you can take your time, get better at these skills, and master all that. So that for now is setting up your website. Some people might have this blank. So if you go to your website, by the way, and your branding's missing and it doesn't have anything about you, this happens from time to time. So I'll leave you with this tip. If I come here and my pictures are gone and it just says kw.com, like it looks literally like kw.com if you haven't seen this yet. If it looks like this with no branding, no information, it's under your site and app settings. This is turned off. So because of legal reasons, we didn't want to make sure that you were legally compliant. So if we find you're missing something or not legally compliant, it's possible your website has this button turned off and not green. So if you ever go to your website and it's blank and you go, oh, no, all my stuff's missing, all my pictures are gone, they're not. You come to site and app settings under consumer and you flip this switch to make sure it's green, and then it should stay branded to you. So it doesn't always happen. I find it's random. Most of you may not have had this happen to you yet, but if it ever does, that's the solution. Just make sure this is green and your website will stay branded to you with everything you can look at. All right, so this is the great content. Thank you guys. Those on the Zoom call, hold on. I'm going to actually do some Q&A with you. I'm going to stop live streaming to Facebook really quick, and then I will get to answering your guys' questions. So let me go to Facebook here. Oh, I guess it stopped anyways. All right, everyone messaging me. Okay, perfect.
Jay,
yes.
We're off that. Do you have a video already created out there that shows how to add that guide, like to your top part of the site up here? You know, like you can see what you're showing there that says guide, and you had feed, and you had a couple others. How do you add something up there?
It actually does it automatically for you once they log into the website. So I'll show you. I'll log out really quick, and you're going to watch that go away. So a lot of people ask me, this is a great question, Charlene. Notice it doesn't have that right now. It just says log in or sign up. Right? That's what we all see. When they log into the account or sign up for one, that's when it gets the guide automatically. It's already built for you. So if they log into their account, then it will instantly show them feed, the guide, and extra features. So that's how it gets built for you. And tomorrow, what we're going to teach you is how to customize and add more things to that guide. So the guide right now will be basic, and then I'm going to teach you tomorrow how to enhance the guide and add more steps and things that you want. So once they're logged in, they'll have this extra row of icons up at the top.
So to just add the guide to my website, you know, without the consumer going in and for their own.
Yeah, that doesn't exist yet. It won't be able to be there until they sign in. So the guide only shows up when they register. You can't add it yourself. Yep.
I was looking for a way to add a guide to a page.
Now it'll do it automatic because the only person that has that right now is KW's guide on KW.com, but you can't add it to yours just yet. And you don't want it here like this anyways. I want them to be in my guide because this guide, I'm going to be able to guide them through each step. Have we done this yet? Check. Have we done this? Check.
Okay.
So it'll be there once they register. And then tomorrow I'll teach you how to add extra things like I added signed broker agreement, right? And what are the things we're going to do together to enhance this guide in a new digital age?
What does it say under feed over there on that while you're still there?
Yeah, the feed right now is nothing for me because it only works until you add a co-buyer. So eventually I'm going to add a co-buyer. So I tested it out myself and I haven't done anything with it yet. But a future of this would be I'm eventually as an agent going to tell them where we're at in the buying or selling process. That'll be in the guide. Any market updates will eventually be in here. But typically it's I'm working with another co-buyer and I can see what they looked at, what they favorited, and what they shared with me. So that feed for now is blank until they start interacting with the co-buyer. But the future of it will be like, show me my collections and save searches and where are we at in the guide, and they'll be able to see everything we're doing together. So the feed is more of a coming soon feature, honestly, unless they add a co-buyer, then that co-buyer can add things and that other agent or other client will see it.
Hey, Jay.
And-
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, you're recording this and you're going to email this to us?
Correct. Yep. I've got it recorded. I'll send you guys an email. And another way that you can look at this is I made it so that I make it easier for you guys to find. So on my website, jcermak.com, live streams is the whole schedule. So I'm getting ready to post the whole schedule for the month, but you'll see right here a link for all the previous recordings. So I do put them on YouTube as well, but this one page will have in order every video and class that we've just done the last couple of days. So this will be kind of one place to go and find all that quicker. But it'll always be posted to my YouTube channel. And I also post it on KW Connect if you ever go there and look for stuff as well.
Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
So I built my page last week, and it was as you were taking us through this, I realized that on my live page, I don't have an About Us page. So then I went back to the widget and I went to where we were customizing it. And I realized that I had only filled in the SEO information. I didn't fill in any of the content fields. Is that why it's not appearing on my site?
It's possible. The other thing you could check is in site consumer again. Go to agent site pages and see if that page has a green eyeball next to it. So do you have an About Me page with the green eyeball?
Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm gonna check.
Because if it's a gray one, it'll say it's not publicly seen, meaning the page exists, they just can't see it. The green means it's on my website live for people to see.
So on my agent site pages, I actually have two About Us pages.
Probably two versions, yeah. I have multiple. You can see mine.
But they're all green.
So they're all green, so they say they're there. Okay, so if they're there, then what we want to do is go to Site and App Settings and Site Pages and see if it's in the list. Because if you're not seeing it on your website, it's possible that it's live, but not showing up on the website.
Okay, so I'm in Site and App Settings, and I went to Site Pages.
Correct.
And it's not on there. It just says my name, About Me, Contact Us, and about the company.
Well, you said About Me was the page, right?
No, I don't have About Us is what I'm looking for.
Oh, what was the other one you said there was about? There's a company page.
Yeah, it says Keller Williams City Life Realty.
That is the About Me. That is About Us. That is the About Us page. It just won't say the word About Us. It's whatever name you gave that page.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay,
yeah.
That's what
the slug had the About Us part in it. Sorry, I kept using that word. The
Okay,
page
and
is going to be about the company.
And that's okay too, right?
Yeah, no. I don't want to say About Us. I wanted to say about the company.
Got it. Okay, so I did it right. Okay, cool.
You did it right. You're good.
All right, awesome. Thank you.
You have it lodged. All right. Anyone else have any questions?
Yeah, Jay,
Yes.
can you include with the recording the link of the specific video with instructions on how redirecting the domain
Oh,
on
yes.
Google
Thank you.
domain?
Yes, I could do
Thank
that.
you.
So I'll show you, and actually while we're here, I'll show you the link and I'll send it to you right now while we're here.
Okay.
If you look up Google, because you have GoDaddy, you said?
No, Google Domains.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Google Domains. So on my channel, I have here what's called, here it is, agent site forwarding or I've got one for Google Domains. There it is. So I will copy the link here and share that with you as well. But you're right. When I send this out as a recording and an email, I will include those in because I think in case people
Yeah.
that will be easy. For
Yeah,
you.
if you have also, because I have some with network solutions, and I'm in the process of getting them all in the Google Domains.
Okay. I don't have ones for that one specifically, but the instructions are pretty much the same.
Okay.
If you just look at it, there's really only one thing you want to clear out in case it has it. And then really it's just hitting the forward button. So once you watch the one on Google Domains, it should make sense if you're in another system. The wording should be the same to do it there as well.
Did
Thank
you
you.
send out the recording from yesterday email or?
I did send that out, but I did post it on my website as well. So in case you didn't get the email, if you
All
go
right.
to jcermak.com live streams.
And those are in order by date?
Correct. So the top one is yesterday's. Here's how to command your KW app.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
You got it. And yeah, I did it for that reason because I thought, what's one page? And then that way it's in order from the most recent at the top. Yeah. So
Hey,
if you want to
Jay,
do your
there's
app
some-
now,
there's-
that'd be it.
There's some really good questions in the Zoom group chat box. One I saw was about linking the Homekeeper
Yes.
to the blog page, and then somewhere down further, how do we see that the consumer is doing what the consumer is doing throughout the guide?
Awesome.
Are those something you can address in this session or a different
Yes.
session?
No, well, I'll do it. I'll show you. So I taught in a class how to do the Homekeeper, but I'll show you the best video for that. Homekeeper command is actually Scott Leroy made a simple video. So I'm just going to leverage his instead of making one for myself. So this video from him just shows you how it's really a copy and paste. It's probably the easiest website to make. So I'm going to share the link for his as well in here. And I'll make my version of it. I just haven't gotten to that yet. I did it inside of a class. So this is one I recommend from Scott Leroy Marketing. It's a simple video on how he went to Homekeeper and copied and pasted from Homekeeper what's called a widget. And that's how we built the page. So it's really not coding, it's copy and paste. So it's a really easy page to make.
That's cool. That's cool. Copy
Yeah,
paste
so
is
that
great.
one's good. And then when it comes to the guide itself, how do we know where people are? So it's actually going to live weirdly in opportunities. So I will show you a sneak peek of this. If I go to my buyer opportunities and let's find myself, you're going to have what's called a buyer profile to start tracking where the client is in their process. So because the guide is related to an opportunity, which is the purchase or sale of a home, I know it's spinning right now, but it will come up. So inside of an opportunity, it's going to have what's called a buyer profile. So here tells me I'm registered on the app and I can manage the guide. So you will see where they're at in the journey. Plus, you'll be able to come here to manage and actually start marking the guide as complete or whatever it is. So eventually you're going to be able to navigate through it for them. So it's kind of a hidden feature coming soon, but if you want to see where they're at in the buying and selling journey, it's actually going to live in the opportunity with their name in it. And every opportunity now has a buyer or seller profile. And you'll see in the journey, where are they at inside the app. So that'll be a neat feature. I don't think it's 100% live yet because I'm testing it, but mine right now says select which guide you want to mark as complete. And I have nothing to click yet, but this is my test contact and he is on the website. It's me on the app.
So
Do you
once
use a
somebody
different
goes-
email address for yourself for testing?
Actually, I just use my personal Gmail account for it, but you could use your KW one. It really doesn't matter. It's just going to create a contact in command, and I want to experience it as the consumer as best I can.
Yeah.
Because I find if I do that, I can answer the questions better. Someone had a question, I heard?
I did. So if somebody goes in and uses your app
Mhm.
they automatically become a client? Do they automatically become a contact?
Correct. So how it works, and I'll show you here. So here's me, and notice it has a little green circle with a check mark in it next to their name and contacts. That's how I know they have my app. And when they register for an account, if they're in your database, it links them together. But if they're not in your database yet and they sign up on it, it will come into Command as a brand new lead with a little L next to his name.
Oh, I
You'll
see.
be able to see everything that they do, which is really neat.
Mhm.
So it's my ability now to see, okay, here's when they logged into the website, and here's the emails that we sent, and just testing out myself. Here's everything I'm watching myself do, so I can start studying what is the client doing. And you basically become Amazon in this story, right? You're watching the consumer 24/7 on what they're looking for to help them and anticipate their needs. All right. Any other questions about the website today?
Jay, what was your the link to your website that you were showing that had your training
Sure.
on it? I
It'll
missed.
be, it's okay, JAYCERMAK.com. It's just my name.com. And I have a big button that says live streams, but I'll post the link here as well. So if you just click the live streams itself, this will have the links. Wednesday, we will have the class on the buyer's and seller's guide for an hour tomorrow. And then you can click here to go see the previous recordings, and there'll just be a web page going back and forth. And then I will spend the next day updating the whole month because I have all of April written, and I will put that into the live stream schedule for the rest of the month of April. So I'm going to be doing basically 12 sessions in April, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern, and every day is going to be a different topic. So next week, we're actually going to get started with Command and start from the beginning of Command. And then we're going to go all the way through back to the app by the end of the month. So
Oh,
anyone
nice.
who's still looking to get started, this would be a good place.
I know a lot of people I'm pushing to get, like, why haven't you done this yet? So now I can tell them to do that.
Exactly. Well, what I realized is KW's got a lot of great content right now, but very little on Command. So I'm filling the gap a little bit, and I'm actually hired by 3 market centers to do this for them. And all I did was just open it up to the rest of you to join us on the calls if you want, watch it on live stream, and then all these recordings will be used for later that people can watch whenever they want. And it will be a good whole month of over, well, right now we've already got 6 hours between the last 2 weeks. So it'll be about 20 hours of Command training that will be fresh and new that everybody can watch whenever they want.
Excellent. And you're starting the beginners next week?
Yes. So Monday, I'm going to do an entire beginner class, which is an overview of what Command can do and just settings.
Okay, thanks.
And then I'm going to do the next day contacts and the next day opportunities. And so every day I'm going to kind of go in a logical flow of what's the best way to get started and go through that. And eventually I'm going to map this out. I'll give you a sneak peek of what I'm working on. I have one called learncommand.com. So technically, no one bought that website, so I did. So learncommand.com is eventually going to have a link to basically everything you need to know in order. Where do I want to go? What help articles? So this for now is just help articles, but eventually will be all the videos that I've made so that you have a logical flow of starting with Command and then mastering it along the way of anything you want to learn.
Hey, Jay, do you have videos that you can go and go for it, Cheryl, over there? Do you have videos like for somebody that's already done, all the basics, you've set up Command and everything else, but I need to get into the meat of it more to start really using it more instead of just the basics?
Correct. So what I did is I go through the mix of everything. So on my YouTube channel is your best place for the more in-depth videos as well. So on my channel, it depends what you're looking at. Like if you want to get better at designs, I have 18 videos on just designs. So you can come here and see in designs, maybe you want to get better at creating that hero image we did, right? You can do that. Or if you want to create more enhanced marketing designs. So I'm organizing by playlist, and you'll find videos that go from beginner to more advanced.
Perfect. Yeah, because I did want some things on designs, but not just to post a listing, to do more lead gen.
Correct. So one of the big ones there for that is I do a marketing class, which ties in designs to make the graphic, and then Facebook ads with campaigns and different stuff like that. So the lead gen's there is sorted by the playlist, and you'll find the order of what you're looking for. That'll be the best place for that. You got it.
Hey, Jay, I just want to personally say thank you. I've seen a lot of people saying the same thing, but the quality of this instruction today was really great. This is, you know, like, it's really great when you have a trainer who is focused and they go through things at a level that's understandable for people and don't assume that they know different things. You have a gift for this. Thank you so much
Well,
for
I
sharing that
appreciate
with us.
that. And I'm fortunate enough that I spent the last year teaching in 3 offices and all different classes. So I've had a lot more time than most to figure out what works, what doesn't, what are the common questions. So I keep learning from you guys of what are the things you're asking for, what confuses agents, and then how do I make sure you can do it at whatever level you're at. So thank you. Appreciate that. All right. Anyone else have any other questions before we end today's call and lead to tomorrow's buyers and sellers guys?
See you tomorrow.
All right, Joe.
Thanks, Jay. You answered my questions.
Bye, thank you.
You got it, guys. And then tomorrow we're going to do all about the guides, and I'll give you some tips and tricks on that.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good one, everybody.
You as well.